Alright, so this one's a little more involved than the last one, so we're gonna, let me turn these transparency. So, this is a national survey asks people how often do you eat out for dinner instead of eating at home? The frequencies were as follows, complete A through G. G, good lord, man. Never, 426, rarely, 613, sometimes 954, most of the time 373, always 85. So construct a relative frequency distribution of the data. So to do that, let my calculator go away. To do that, we gotta add all these together. So 4 to 6 plus 13 plus, that not work, plus 954 3. Why is it not doing my plus sometimes? And 85. And the culmination of that is 2,451. So, in order to make this table, we'll have to take, let's write, hold on, I'm going to go to my notes on my phone and make sure we don't forget that number. 2, just in case it goes away. 2451. And we're going to divide all these numbers by 2451 and get a decimal point. So, get rid of all this. And I guess I can leave that. And divided by 2451. And that decimal you get is 0.173, but we can only go to 3 spots, so that will be 174. So 0.174. Oh, it's still on the calculator. Dang it. 2451. Okay, let me make sure it's on that. 0.174. Alright, let's do the same thing for the rarely ones, and that's 613. That's 250, and that doesn't round up. 0.250. Also, these should all add up to 1, which is, I mean, we'll see that at the end. Alright, let's go. 954, 389, and that does not round up. So 389. Most of the time is 373. Oh, don't want to delete that. 373. That's 152, and it also doesn't round up. 0.152. And always is 85, and it'll be the smallest. It'll probably be, yeah, so 0.034, and that's 6 does round it up. 0.035, because that's 6. That's right. Hey, it is. So, what percentage of respondents answered always? So here's where we got to make percentages out of it. To make percentages, you move the decimal 2 places back for this one. Percentages is always, so that's, I get this wrong the first time because it kind of has been a minute. So I think that'd be 3.5. Hey, it is. So what percentage of respondents answered never or rarely? So we got to add never and rarely together. So never is, let's clear that, 1.74 plus, I think I'll turn my messages off. 1.74 plus, it's never, plus rarely, and that is 250. So 2.50. That's 424. So, wait, that doesn't make sense. Something's wrong. Oh, I put that in completely wrong. Sorry, I got sidetracked. My friend is sending me text messages, and I'm trying to read them while also doing this math. So, 0.174 plus 0.250. And that's 424, and that'll be 42.4 because you moved the decimal 2 places. 42.4. There you go. And we'll continue, I guess, as the next part of the problem. Oh yeah, we got to open Excel. So construct a frequency bar graph choose the correct answer below. So hold up, let me pull up my little guide here because I'm not a true Excel expert. I don't really remember it exactly. So we're going to open that in Excel. Yeah, it'll take a second. How's this calculator? Yeah, there it is. So I'll open up Excel. Might take it a second. There you go. I open this in a little side window so we can look at both at the same time. So let's make a frequency bar graph out of all this. So let's highlight everything we need here. And let's go to insert. And we'll look at charts. And we will let's look at the one that seems the most like our options here. That one kind of fits the bill. So this one looks most similar to this one. So I would hopefully it's this one. A lot of this one's being said, but there's only so many ways to explain this out loud. So those look similar. It should be that one. Let's continue. So a relative. Now this is just the frequency and the relative frequency are essentially the same look. It's just doing these decimal instead of the percentages. So whichever one looks also somewhat like this. So it's up. It's in order, so yeah. So it would be C because that they are similar looking, and that's right. So continue. Make a pie chart. I'm gonna pull my little guide here. We're all learning today. So, and this is pretty much the same stuff. I don't know how to kill this. Let's get rid of that anyway. Yes, no, maybe. We'll move it to the side. Maybe. Yep, okay. So we still have that highlighted. I'm gonna insert, and that looks to be a pie chart, right? So we'll just do a normal pie chart. And that is the pie chart from this data. And that seems to match D. It's not exactly the same, but they kind of have their slices in a different order, but the sizes are all the same. So I think that would be D. And it is. So for that, let's take a look at this final one. It's just a word problem, and I think we're done with Excel. I don't want to save this. So suppose a person claims that 3.5 of all. Oh, sorry, hold on. Good notifications. We're very focused. Suppose that a person claims that 3.5% of all people in the nation always eat out. Is this descriptive or inferential statement? Well, it's kind of making a guess about everyone in the country. So I would say it's more of an inference than being very descriptive. And that is right. And that's all of this question. So that is all for that one. Bye bye.